petty all the time. I'm petty all the time.
Baby, welcome to the party.
Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. T-Y. I'm petty all the time. Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. T-Y. I'm petty all the time.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode with your favorite girls Petty Party Podcast. It is your girl Jori, Aaliyah.
It's your girl Michelle, aka Egypt if you nasty.
Hey everyone, just Nick checking in.
And it's your girl Paulette coming out the set. What's good, everybody?
How y'all doing?
Doing good, honestly. Happy to be here.
Everyone looks so good. Like I feel like
Thank
everyone's
you.
makeup is really on point today.
Thank you.
I know that's right.
We need to slide into something then.
I'm
honestly.
like, are we getting into something after this? That's what it is.
I know I am.
That's what
Let's talk about it.
No, it's not.
Okay. I feel that. Respectful.
It's so crazy. Like, hopefully he doesn't see this. I was trying to get into something, and I was told he wants 8 hours of sleep tonight.
That's so. I mean, that's so responsible. But I would have been like, you can get that 8 hours tomorrow.
I'm trying to set the up.
I mean, he works like a regular 8 to 5, so
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would irritate me. I mean, I
would irritate me
respect
too.
it, but you can be like, I'm really tired. Not tonight, but just I need my 8 hours.
Right.
Kind of gives like,
And you know,
I don't know. I don't like that.
It's like, damn, bitch, you got a curfew? After 10?
do you think I don't go to bed at a good decent hour either?
I know. It's like it kind of gave me like I'm a creeping night person or something like that.
Mind you, I also work 7 to 4, and I'm trying to be outside too. So,
But it's crazy. I
And then
don't really
get a little
need that
drinky
many hours of sleep to be productive. Like I normally probably like go to bed like 11, 12, and I'll wake up at like 6, and I'm good.
Yeah, I wake up at the same time every day.
you know what's actually interesting? Lately, I have been so tired, like so fucking tired. Even at work, like I'll be drinking coffee, he's not working. I was trying to figure out what it was, and you know what it was?
Your D,
Vitamin D?
Vitamin D?
No,
would
which must have said this thing.
I was about to say
Vitamin D.
maybe step outside. Yeah.
No, water. When I realized I was like,
But Michelle, you don't drink a lot of water.
I don't drink a lot of water, and I realized I was like, I didn't drink no water.
Yeah, because
So
I
I
remember
remember drinking water.
Yeah, because I remember there would be times like I don't know if we were like out of the country, like on an excursion or something, and I was like so thirsty. You were just like, I'm good, and I was like,
Yeah, no.
you don't need water.
I started drinking water, and y'all night and day, y'all.
Yeah,
Night and
and
day.
also add on some vitamin D, and you will see
Vitamin D
I
difference.
take vitamin D, and like it's made a big difference.
I can feel when I'm not
Yeah.
taking it. Like I feel genuinely
Both
just,
vitamin Ds too.
Yeah. Or,
yeah.
you know, y'all can always
Period. That always
outside.
helps. You know,
I'm
always
okay.
put you in a good mood.
They're both
Right.
healthy.
Right.
that good
Right.
organic D.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
man,
So we're gonna step into the Petty
Moto.
Chronicle.
Oh
Or is Petty Chronicle next?
no.
It's
Moto.
fine.
Moto.
Together.
y'all know I
Now she
can't see.
excited.
Y'all know I'm
Now she
blind,
excited to
y'all.
be petty.
I'm blind without my glasses, so I really don't know. I'm just free rolling when it comes to what comes next.
I'm gonna jump into the Moto. It's a bit long, y'all, so kind of bear with me. But
Okay. Take your time, girl.
it
Take your time.
is titled "I Cut Off My Friend for My Girlfriend. Was I Being Petty?" She says, "Hey y'all, I love your podcast and I need to know if I was petty in this situation.
Thanks, girl.
I will try to keep it short, but it's a long one. So last summer, my girlfriend and I, let's call her Ray, broke up. During the breakup, I decided to download Tinder to make some friends because I feel like I don't have any other meaningful relationships in my life outside of my romantic relationship. While on Tinder, I met this girl, let's call her Terry. We instantly became really cool, and I was glad at the fact that she never tried to hit on me, which most people on Tinder do. Fast forward maybe a month or so, Ray and I got back together, and me and Terry still remain really close friends. Fast forward a few more months, Terry and her ex, let's call her Jada, broke no contact and started talking again. I knew of Jada from social media and from us living in the same city, but I had never met her in person or really talked to her much outside of commenting on each other's posts. After Jada and Terry started talking again, there was an incident where I peeped that Jada had my girlfriend Ray and her close friends, but not me or Terry. This was odd because Jada and Ray don't know each other or talk at all. Plus, you don't even have your own girl and your close friends, but you have mine in it. Anyways, I
Jealous.
I mean, that I can understand, but
yeah.
the weird part, I can understand not putting your significant other in your close friends.
Yeah,
for
like
obvious
why would
reasons.
I do that?
But putting your friend's significant other,
But it's
close
not with her
is weird.
friend.
she doesn't even know her. Yeah, she doesn't even know her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many people
That's
are
what-
close friends y'all and
That's
y'all
what
don't
the
know?
writer's
'Cause
saying. The writer's
said-
saying that Ray
yeah.
is not even close to Jada, so why is she in your close friends?
Yeah.
But I feel like we're gonna get to the Okay.
And I'll repeat it again. She just said this was odd because Jade and Ray don't even know each other or talk at all.
Right.
So that's why do you have this person in here? She goes on to say, anyways, I told Terry about it, and ever since then, I think Jada didn't like me and maybe was even a little jealous of me. Terry would always say things like, Jada, salty, you're over at my house, or Jada thinks you like me. Fast forward to a few months ago, Ray had broke up with me and went out with her friends the same night to a club downtown. The next morning, Terry texted me saying Jada saw Ray at the club the night before and that she was definitely getting cheated on. Okay, these names are starting to confuse me.
I'm so confused. Who's Jada
yeah, I know. I'm like, give me a second, y'all. Okay.
So Jada is the writer?
Okay, no.
Jada is okay. So
we don't know who.
So Ray is the original ex-girlfriend.
Yes, and then the new friend is Terry.
Terry is a new friend that she met
on Tinder.
Okay.
And her girlfriend is Jada.
Is Terry's ex.
Her current
and
situation.
Jada had her friend Ray in the close friends.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. For everyone confused, because we even needed that too. Let me go back to where I was. Okay. Let me read this part again. Fast forward to a few months ago, Ray had broke up with me and went out with her friends the same night to a club downtown. The next morning, Terry texted me saying Jada saw Ray at the club the night before and that she said I was definitely getting cheated on. Okay, so the friend told her she was getting cheated on.
They'd
okay,
been broken up with.
Yeah, she wouldn't say anything else about what she saw Ray doing, only that she thinks I'm getting cheated on. The next day, Jada decided to spill more tea, saying that she saw Ray dancing with bitches, hitting them from the back and pulling their hair.
What?
When I confronted Ray about it, she denied it and said she was only out with her friends who would even let her be pulling their hair like that in the club. Side note, Ray does have a long history of lying and she has cheated once. That's very important.
But if y'all aren't together.
I know. I went through Ray's phone and everyone she was with corroborated her story, saying she didn't dance with anyone. Good job, girl. My next move was to confront the source, which was Jada. Terry was very adamant. She literally begged me that I did not confront Jada because she wasn't even supposed to tell me that she was trying to be a good friend and that I'm going to get her caught up.
Yeah.
This irritated me because I feel like Jada definitely told Terry knowing she would tell me. On top of that, Jada was withholding information about what she saw Ray doing and Terry wasn't asking the right questions. So I felt like I needed to ask myself.
I feel like.
I mean, I decided to confront Jada and ask her who did she see Ray dancing with specifically, and all she had to say was, "It's not my business." I said what I said. She would not give a name. There's a lot more to the story, but to wrap this up, Terry was upset with me for going to Jada and we are no longer friends. I feel like Jada was lying and wanted to end me and Terry's friendship due to her history of me not liking me and for the fact that she wouldn't tell the whole story. Ray and I ended up getting back together, but we are currently on and off. I want to know, was I petty for going to Jada even though Terry was being scary ass bitch and asked me not to? And who do y'all think was lying, Jada or Ray? Thanks, love y'all.
I think everybody was lying. Everybody was lying.
I actually don't think Jada was lying. Crazy enough.
It's more like a petty chronicle.
Yeah.
And I do feel like she was petty for going to her friend's significant other.
Ooh, I feel like
no, I don't know. The fact that the girl had the other girl and the close friends, they didn't even know each other, is giving that something's going on between them.
No.
Yeah.
Or like the three of them were trying to get something off on the side, and like it just don't add up to me.
Yeah, I do agree. Okay, the close friends part, I can't explain that. But I don't know, because it's weird. How would Jada even have known that Ray was at the club? You know what I'm saying? So it's like
she was at the club too.
Exactly. So but that's what I'm saying. So how would she even be lying? Like, why would she even say like,
oh, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if she didn't really see her, she wouldn't have even known that she was in the club that night. And the fact that she was able to say like, hey, I saw her at this club. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, she probably did see Ray doing that. And the fact that Ray already has a history of cheating and lying in the past, it's kind of one of those things where you should have just taken it for face value, because now you and Terry are not even friends and behind someone that you're on and off again with. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was worth it.
If you come to me saying you think I'm getting cheated on, you better tell me every fucking reason why. And at that point, like, I'm sorry, what was it?
If I don't feel satisfied with what you told me,
your girlfriend already don't like me. So let me ask you anyway.
She was single. Technically, Ray was single.
But see, that I disagree with, because I feel like there are some people where it's like, is it that I didn't tell you everything, or is what I'm telling you just not enough for you? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I feel like I told you what I feel like would be disrespectful. Just because you don't feel disrespected, and that's it. Then just chalk it up and say that's good. But for you to now be like, I need to know every little detail. I don't have every little detail to tell you.
I'm
giving you secondhand information.
All I told you is what I was told.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be telling you this.
Exactly. For you to feel like you can go above me, direct to a source I told you you weren't supposed to know about.
I feel like
I
feel like it was Jada. Jada was with the girlfriend. I'm sorry, because for you to run back and tell Terry, and you already had her in your close friends, and you didn't want to give more, and you got mad that it came back around.
I can't.
It's not clean.
Granted, would I do it? Probably not. But
you would myself, Paulette, you do it. Paulette, you would do it.
I would.
But I don't even think you would, though. I don't even think you would. So
actually, no, I wouldn't. Trust me, I've sat on some stuff.
If Nikki was dating somebody.
Paulette,
actually, I would.
Paulette's done it to me, but so I know Paulette would.
Because honestly,
we've talked about that. It's okay.
This is like your third time now bringing it up on this podcast, so let's settle this. I stood on principle in that situation,
so did the reader.
And that's why I agree with the reader, like standing on principle sometimes, like stand on business. If you don't feel like you were satisfied with what was going on, I gotta go handle some stuff. And if I have to fall out with someone behind that, well, hey, casualties. Sorry. Like, crazy. It is what it is. Me personally, I've never lost a friend on standing on principle, but I mean, I have. But like, it's just in that situation that Nikki loves to reference, I stood on business.
It's okay.
If you was going to take her back and be off and on anyways, you didn't need all the details.
You didn't. Like, you just wanted to make sure
the big thing is like, if you're going to go back, it's like, did it matter?
And I think if you've been cheated on before, it's kind of like you don't need no new details. We know what cheating looks like. Like, you know, I mean, nothing. Like you become immune to cheating at some point. So I feel like you didn't even really need to know like what she did to you because
it's
you're
just
still
like
there.
It's comedy for you. It's like
you're still there.
You're still at it. Your response should have been, "We're not together right now." So she can do whatever she feels like she's doing.
Like, can you imagine? What's her name? Ray probably was cuddled up with her the night before, and then outside doing that. You're like.
I mean, technically, she's a single woman.
Matter to you?
Yeah. She can do what she wants.
True, but like, let's just be realistic. Like,
she was trying to get her get back.
But feelings are feelings.
I guess the answer to the question you asked, were you petty for cutting her off?
No, she got petty. Was she petty for going above Terry to Jada?
I think you stood on business.
I feel like you don't even like Jada, so I don't know what you were expecting from Jada. Like, I don't think that y'all were really even friends. Like,
but didn't Jada keep her off her close friends?
Yes.
So I see why she went to Jada like, what's up? Like, y'all got me boxed out? What's up? Like, tell me.
Yeah.
I can't fault her. Y'all, what?
But even in that situation, you're going to somebody who isn't that fond of you.
She said, Ray and I ended up getting back together, but we are currently off and on. I want to know, was I petty for going to Jada, even though Terry was a scary ass bitch and asked me not to? And who do y'all think was lying?
Scary ass bitch. I don't think you were petty.
I think
you just had the cojones.
You should have had that energy for your girl.
What did I say? Past or history is the best predictor of future behavior, whatever. If Ray is known for lying
and cheating,
then she probably cheated and lied to you about it. Yeah. That's just,
and the fact she's a professional. If she was able to get all her friends to cooperate with her story,
but maybe Terry really was lying.
You know the crazy part is if
Jada was lying.
If I cheat, no Shay, I'm not a cheater. But if I cheat on a man and he go through my phone and say, "Was Michelle cheating on me last night?" You think my friend's gonna be like, "Yes, she was"? No, of course. I wish her friends
everybody
should be
one
lying.
Friend. But I mean,
her friends should be lying, especially if they're.
I don't feel like she went in the phone doing that. I feel like it was more thing where the girl texts her friends like, "Was I dancing with people last night?" And as they should have stood and was like, "No, you weren't." I don't think she went to her friends asking because she said she went through her phone.
She probably was wild. They're not like, homegirls probably checking it.
My thing is, why does anybody ever think if you go to somebody's friends that you'll get the truth?
You're not. Never. Because the one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lie.
Up around and then thank you for exposing. But no, everyone should
they flock together.
Yeah.
We all liars.
One's a liar, they all liars.
One lie, we all lie.
I'm a lie behind this.
Sorry to the reader, but
you were. I mean, it's okay. You stood on business, girl. I don't think you petty. It is what it is.
You definitely did. Well, since we already have a petty chronicle, let me see if I can ask a spicy question.
Yes.
Ooh, we love spice.
Let me see. Okay. What would you do if? Okay. What would you do if you went to Europe, right, with your man, and Beyonce was there?
Okay.
Right, and Beyonce was like, "Oh my gosh, is that your husband?" And you're like, "No, it's just my boyfriend." And she's like, "Okay, he's very actually. Let me not even. She a married woman before y'all drag and cancel me.
Right.
Okay.
The beehive will be like, what?
Okay. And Doja Cat was like, "Is that your husband? Like, he's so fine to me." And you were like, "Thanks." She was like, "Do you mind if me and him just go out for lunch? I want to talk to him, get to know him better." And your boyfriend was like, "You have to let me go. Like, this is Doja Cat we're talking about."
We don't have to be together.
I
This
mean,
ain't real life. No.
Yeah,
No.
you
realistically speaking.
You're not going. Realistically, y'all, these celebrities are human beings too. No way.
Realistically, if you feel that strongly that you need to go, you can go. Now, will I be there when you come back? That's a whole different question.
I mean, we can go together.
Unless you're trying to tell, like, yeah, exactly. If we can go together, that's different. But if you really just feel like you have to go, then
even better. Like, okay, so she comes and she's like, y'all are in Paris for one night. It's your last night in town. And she's like, here. She gives him a ticket and a backstage pass.
Just him?
She just gives y'all one.
And I guess I'll be going.
And my boyfriend would give it to
Doja.
me.
Yeah,
and at
I'll
the
be
end of the
going.
day, like, I'm not letting no man do what he won't let me do. Because if Drake pulls up to me and asks that, you would say no. So you're not getting to do nothing.
Thank you.
I
You would
cannot
be
do.
all types of groupies.
Yeah.
Like, you would get every
Yeah.
name in the book.
Yeah,
It's like
you cannot do nothing you won't let me
you.
do. So
But if I
no,
could-
you're not going.
if I can say no to WizKid, and that's a hard no for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a very hard no. Then that means you can definitely say no to Doja Cat. Come on.
Damn.
And I love Doja Cat, but it's like
Doja's a baddie.
Damn.
no, I'm just saying like, come on. It's like no, nobody. Come like.
Because what if she needs you for that bad that night?
Thank you. That
she's trying to fuck you.
And then like on top of that, like
I'm signing you
wow.
up to cheat.
She sees your girl
real.
here. Instead of her giving me the pass to the backstage pass, she hands it to you because what? Exactly. You're not going.
No.
And that'll be a test of time. I do you worse than that guy at that Omalay concert. Trust me. We make a scene in that hoe for real. Like me and
Do y'all
Doja
feel like she was
squaring
out of
up.
line for that?
The thing is, okay, I do feel like she was out of line, but at the same time, girl's 23. Like, she's young.
No, like I don't know.
She's
like
young.
I feel like if you're there with your boyfriend, y'all would not have done that at 23.
They were her boyfriend.
A boyfriend
y'all.
she's dated for how long?
7 years.
No,
It was not
you made that
7.
number up because
It wasn't
I think it's
even-
3. I don't even think
it
it's
wasn't
that.
even 1.
No, I thought it was.
No, Nikki,
No.
I don't think that's a rumor.
The internet made that. The internet made that
Oh.
up. She was dating him less than a year. Okay. They have front row You know what it means to get a front row ticket to climb your way to the front? It means you want to be seen. Okay. And she was saw. Okay. So at the end of the day, at 23, I would probably love myself more than she did. You saw it. You saw it.
I mean,
Even Jay-Z understood.
At 20, okay.
Even Jay-Z understood
now
at 23.
we're entering a real
Wildin'.
place now in this conversation. So if I really want to think about when I was 23, would I probably done that? Honestly, yes. Because I remember when I was 23, things I was doing. Like, I was really stepping on egos. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, 23, I probably would have been on that stage. I probably would have did more.
I probably.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. I
And
would
been
have
in his next music video. I would have created an opportunity
at
to be there
23,
permanently.
I would have gotten up there, but if my boyfriend was there, I wouldn't have done all that.
What?
Like,
Girl, boyfriend at 23. Look, are you my husband? Listen.
he could be.
I think the
No.
bending over and all the other stuff was a little bit excessive.
yeah,
but I
yeah.
also do think like sometimes if you fuck with your girl and y'all together like that, I feel like he was more ashamed because the girl next to him was looking like, oh my gosh, you're standing for this, and everyone came out pouring in against it. And I feel like he should be like, this is my girl. I got her front row tickets. Like that's our favorite artist. Like it is
How,
what
as
it
a
is.
man, can he do that?
He's securing
But you know what's
himself.
crazy?
Though.
It's not
He
about-
wasn't
you
securing
know what's
himself
crazy?
because
It's not
the
about being
world told him he
secure.
shouldn't have been secure about it.
I don't think y'all as a man that's embarrassing as hell. That's
Was it?
as a, for
Not
a man,
really.
y'all
Not really.
okay.
I'm not
I
going to
don't
be
think it
honest.
was
I'm not going to
embarrassing.
act like Omalay is the first one to
I'm
ever
not
do that.
saying it hasn't.
Chris
I'm
Brown
just
brings
saying-
people on stage and he
Drake
dances on
does.
them. Everybody does it. So
look,
to me, it's like I feel like
Destiny's-
he was more embarrassed. Destiny's Child definitely did
And
it.
Magic Johnson is married to Cookie, and he was taking all kinds of lap dances.
What I'm saying is that I don't know. Like y'all are saying he should insecure. I'm like no, not really. Like he behaved as a man would behave in that kind of moment. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm shocked that he didn't even create a scene.
I think.
But why did I feel like a scene? I feel like even people
That was
recording
so
him.
embarrassing to watch as a woman watching a man get embarrassed like that.
I think the biggest
weird.
embarrassment was how public it went.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
If it was like, yeah.
if it was one of those things where like it didn't go past that concert, He probably wouldn't have really thought much of it.
He was on every social media platform, every major one, and they're calling him a joke.
But at the same time, he's got new brand deals. He just put out like a whole commercial. So I mean, it's a win-win for both of them.
Yeah, but I think
what did she get?
My point is, she got
right.
But my thing is, I'm not saying she's right. I'm not saying that I would do. What I'm saying is, she is young and she's 23. I do not believe that somebody should get canceled at 23 for accepting a lap dance from a...
They're canceling her?
Not canceled, but she's getting death threats. I do not think it's that serious.
She's getting death threats?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is new news
to be sending death threats and all this crazy stuff.
We're taking it way past
people want...
Is that your man? Like what?
It's not even that. Like y'all are y'all.
No, I'm
for
saying.
real?
No, I'm saying like if that's your man, like why would you be?
Y'all, are we really involving ourselves in other people's business? Like, what are y'all doing?
I mean,
who is this person to y'all?
And that's why I say, don't do nothing you don't want me doing. Because if it was Beyonce who pulled him up on stage, that we talking about it's a one in a lifetime experience. Why not let him go up there? And I feel like people have to understand it's never that serious.
You have to know your partner.
Give people experience.
Because my man gonna know. Even though I want to, Paulette
as long as I'm not upstage kissing on somebody and doing all this and bending over, like. But sometimes you have to know, like. I honestly, I probably wouldn't have went up there because I already knew something weird was going to be shit.
I probably would have been up there.
I would have been like, I can't. Because what are you taking me up there for?
The moment I feel the 4-5 of your fingers bending my back, we're done. Like,
no, bending over is crazy. But that happened before at a Chris Brown thing where another boy broke up with his girlfriend because Chris Brown pulled her on stage for a lap dance. And it's like, he broke up with her for that. That was also a big thing at that time too. And it's just like, bro, like, these are people's favorite artists. It's like a one in a lifetime thing. One girl was like, no, I can't. She walked off. So respect to her. Like, shout out to you, girl. Because you got to know your man.
Speaking of like hate trains, what's up with all this Reese Teesa hate and all these comments?
I didn't even know people are hating on her. I feel like people are big upping her.
I don't think so. So what happened was Reese Teesa, she recently got signed to CAA, which I guess is like a super big deal. Like they are a management, filmmakers, writers, and all the other stuff. And people are just upset, jealous. I know Tierra Monet came out and spoke on it. Jesse Wu came out and spoke on it. I think they're just more jealous, not jealous, but they're mad at the opportunities that were afforded to her, I guess, so easily or whatever. But my thing is, honestly, you can't get mad at her for being interesting. But
Jesse Wu, like, why are you upset?
Jesse Wu, I'm shocked that she even spoke up. Like, she's cool in her own way. Like, y'all, like, at the end of the day, someone's come up is not going to be like your come up. Like, this world is changing. Things are, but then people are getting discovered quicker than normal now. So
TikTok is the way to get discovered. But then how'd y'all feel about like Charlamagne's comment?
I think y'all.
What was his comment?
He called her a big back.
He called her a big back.
So that was very big back of her.
Big back of who?
Of Reese Teesa. Like the situation sounded like a big back woman. And like to me, I felt like I know Charlamagne was trying to be funny, but like it's not funny. And
I mean,
it wasn't funny.
Can go through that.
Anybody, a shape, size,
no shade. We're watching Love Is Blind. AD, I love you, my girl, but it's giving real Reese Teesa over there too. Yeah. So I don't think it's a big back thing, big back woman thing. I think it's a no shade. It might be like an insecure woman thing. Yeah. It might be a, put up with a lot of shit.
But like to say like a big bag like that anything. To me, Charlamagne, no. And then for Jess Hilarious to chime in on that too, I felt like that was weird too. And
she's so irrelevant.
She always tries to like.
What did she say?
She was just like, she was kind of
making fun.
She was tagging onto the joke with him. Like nothing to me as a woman, y'all, like I get it, but it's nothing cool about like co-signing a man calling another woman big back. Like I didn't even understand what Charlamagne meant by that. And the only reason why Charlamagne double back and like started like now trying to like
apologize
because T.S. Madison called your stupid ass out about it. Because what are you doing? Like it never gave that for you.
Too comfortable
and you cheated on your wife. And no one said like, what if people said all these comments about you? Like that's not okay. Like I mean, you gotta stay in your lane.
Let's not act like you didn't get hit in the head and then you ran. So like
y'all.
Like no,
I didn't know that.
No, he did.
I didn't like that comment.
So okay then. Speaking of AD,
I didn't watch Love Is Blind. So I don't even know. Y'all, what's going on with that?
I haven't finished the last episodes, but I've seen enough spoiler alerts.
Who is AD?
I just know.
AD's
Love Is Not Blind.
It's Love Is Blind, and AD was one of the only like black girls the only black girl that made it to like the finale.
Okay,
and this Love Is Blind was in Austin, right?
No, North Carolina.
Oh, the last
Charlotte.
One. Okay.
Wow. Is it the one with like this Clay guy everybody keeps talking about? Okay. I haven't really watched it. I think it's one of those things where a lot of people like, first off, Clay has brought up things that like, I mean, I understand red flags. I understand like why he might, but why didn't y'all have these conversations like during this time?
Like, the time that y'all were spending together, why weren't y'all just having these conversations? But the big thing about Clay that's really, like, annoying to me is that he thinks that cheating is hereditary. And it's like, he just automatically assumes that since his dad cheated, he's gonna cheat.
No.
And
No.
Is he assuming, or is he trying to warn her that he's a fuckboy?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. You know that
he kept giving, I'm so scared I might cheat because my father did. No. If you don't want to be like your father and inflict that type of pain on another woman, you just want to be a cheater. What you're saying is you are a cheater in relationships and you're about to basically marry somebody and you're scared that in this big commitment, you may cheat on her. And I'm sorry, even 80s mama, he's a good man. Oh, she pissed me off so bad because I'm like, you're signing your daughter to marry a fuck boy. Like, nobody needs a man that bad. Her mom literally irritated the fuck out of me because I was like, you're literally telling her he's such a good man, stick by him. He's basically telling your daughter he gonna cheat.
She probably comes from that generation of stick by him no matter what.
We're not sticking behind nobody.
But she's not, because she's divorced too. She's divorced. Clay's mama's divorced. So I feel like as the two women, they should have been the ones to be like, no, actually, you don't have to be with him. Like, you don't.
That's weird.
It was, I mean, it's a lot. I can't wait for the reunion because I'm excited to see. But you know what the thing is? I think that Clay really thought, the thing that made me annoyed with Clay is that you took her all the way to the aisle to tell her no. Yeah. Why weren't you like Jimmy and you cut old girl off before even getting down the aisle?
You saw what Wale said. Wale said, he sees right through Clay and the whole show with just Airbnb promo.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh.
What?
Who's
absolutely.
That?
Wale.
Airbnb
they
promo?
said y'all took Wale out of his hiatus.
Airbnb promo?
Yeah.
He has a business?
Yeah, he has the Clay does. Clay has an Airbnb and jet ski business.
Wow.
I haven't seen a lot of
smart man.
Yeah, but
smart man.
I've been seeing a lot of tweets floating around, and one girl made a really good point. She's like, I don't see how Clay had any issues dating. I'm sorry, like he didn't need to go on the show. Like
he
didn't need to go on the show. Like
he wasn't ready to be on the show. He wasn't ready to get married.
He's not ready to marry. I think he went for a free promo or to expose him to the world of bitches. I feel like that's what he did.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he had any trouble dating.
No facts, because someone even zoomed in on he has a vision board. If you see on the small corner, TikTok's on there. On his vision board. So he's been wanting to be
I love that for I don't know Clay, but it's like, damn, he really manifested his
I mean, but what it's
at the expense
are
of
these
someone
shows
else.
real, y'all? It's reality TV.
AD look hurt.
The thing is, for some reason, I don't know. The men this season were all trash. Like one of them is we're just not sure where he lies as far as sexuality.
No, people are saying that, but I don't like that. He doesn't like white women. That is okay.
We're not even talking about on the show. We're talking about his friends outside the show who came out and said he's not even straight.
But I feel like people are just saying that. Like, I feel like that's just something to say.
People don't just say
he
that.
doesn't like white women, and that's okay.
Well, he shouldn't have picked a white woman.
But he didn't know.
He knew.
Oh, in the pod.
He knew in the pod towards the end after he had already fallen in love with her, y'all.
You don't go on Love is Blind and say if you don't like white women.
I mean,
if that's the case, then you need to know how to pick up on tone and inflection.
Because you know what's crazy? I kind of agree with Michelle. No. If you a show like Love is Blind, you can get anybody. Like it's not like this is.
And that's why I think he was. Really trying to be open. Like
I don't think he tried.
I think he was. Yes, he did.
No, she was having a conversation with him, and this man said, "For you," or this man said, "For you." I said, "Oh, this man's not."
I feel like everyone's trying to turn him into this villain, and he's not a villain.
They're all villains. I'm not gonna lie, all the men are villains.
He really didn't do anything wrong.
I need to watch.
He told her early on.
You think that show is an example of healthy communication between him and her?
I don't think it's one of those things, but I think because this is the thing. They went into it with these expectations of we're not gonna have sex, we're not gonna do these things before marriage because they're both like very religious people. Cool. So then they get into the house together, and she's like, "But I want you to touch me." So he's like,
be intimate, affectionate.
She wants intimacy. Yeah. She wants intimacy without sex.
She wants him to show affection.
She wants intimacy without sex. I feel like if you know that y'all are trying to not have sex, why even put yourself in the position to possibly have sex?
I feel like you can still hold my hand, you can caress my knee, you can hold me.
You can have intimacy without sex.
Yeah, you don't have to do penetration.
What if he didn't want to do that, y'all?
And he doesn't like her. Awkward, they both just staring off at the water, no conversation.
He was more excited about the damn dolphin.
He went from 0 to 10 on them dolphins.
You're telling me they caught this on camera and showed him looking out to the water, not talking to her.
They were sitting on a boat together, and it was just silence. It was awkward as hell to watch.
They didn't edit out the awkward songs. They were just sitting there like,
it's giving Zeus.
Like, he was like, it was weird that as soon as he got his phone, he was on his phone the entire time.
Lying.
That was wild. Like literally, she be talking. He was like,
yep.
But Yeah, I don't know.
That sucks.
I don't think he's a villain. I truly don't.
Well, he's not a villain, but the other one was
Jeremy.
And Jeremy is a super villain because he ended up, first off, he broke up with his girlfriend to go on the show. And then chose a girl to propose to, but they ended up sneaking off with another girl.
Yeah,
who he didn't choose.
Men are dumb.
The other guy, Trevor, went on the show engaged, which means his fiance just turned on the TV.
Trevor's engaged?
Yeah, they're all villains. Yes,
who is doing background like info on casts?
Thank you.
Like at this point, we know people are lying, and a lot of men actually go into dating shows, married or engaged. I mean, not married, engaged or in relationships. Y'all need to start vetting them harder.
Lord, this is
start
too much.
vetting them harder.
I didn't know
This is giving real life.
I didn't know that.
It's giving real. Y'all
Trevor
know
is
what?
Crazy.
I know what they did. They wanted to give real life. Y'all, this happens in real life. So,
But dang.
I
you
really
be with someone,
no, I'm
find
not
out
gonna
that
lie.
they six years in their marriage.
One thing I will say about this season of Love is Blind, I feel like it was very realistic about what's going on in the dating scene right now.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
it was very realistic.
Yeah,
almost
real
too
life.
realistic.
It was
AD
too
and Clay.
realistic. AD and Clay
She was
like
ignoring too many red
this
flags.
is what we've been
When a
going
man
through.
tells you this something, well, he didn't say it's too good to be true, but when a man basically is essentially saying like this is too good to be true, he's letting you know he's gonna fuck up some way somehow.
Yeah, he's letting you know.
He's getting
you prepared. I told you this was too good to be true.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I never just.
How did y'all feel about like what were y'all's thoughts on Kelsey going on that like I don't know if it was a podcast or a
the
radio
interview.
show and talking
Have
about
y'all,
the court case.
is the interview out yet?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm gonna give it air.
I don't want to watch it because this is how I feel. You had your chance to say what you have to say on the stand.
Understand. And you chose immunity. So what are you doing?
I don't know what you can possibly
Perjure
say at
yourself.
this point. Yeah.
Thank you.
But they said that she can't be tried. So whatever she
can't.
I don't
She
know,
can't.
but I don't know.
Double
Evidently,
jeopardy.
someone said that's a lie that she can be tried with whatever she said.
No, so the thing is, it's double jeopardy. So it's one of those things where it's like she can't be tried with the same charges.
But they can charge her with something else.
something different. But
Right.
they probably really don't have anything different to charge her with. Like those probably were the only charges they could even come up with.
They can't get her for perjury.
She's whatever amendment that was, that's what she thought. So it's like she has a right to not say anything.
I just think she's
This
whack.
is so ghetto. I'm like, Tori's really in jail behind this.
And my thing is,
and y'all are just out here playing.
But I don't think
you
that
gonna
she
come out
I think she still said that he shot her, right?
I think she wants to be Megan's
I
friend
didn't-
again.
there's no way.
She was listening to Bigfoot.
Hold your breath on that.
Oh,
She doesn't
really?
want to be friends with Megan.
But my thing is,
she needs more clout and money.
but if that's what you were gonna do, there's so many other podcasts she could have went on. Like, I'm not saying I care to hear what she has to say, but who the fuck podcast are you going on? Like, no disrespect. Like, I just feel like if you were gonna tell that story, you should have aimed
You
real
could have went to The
high.
View.
She went on to Gail.
Yeah, honestly.
That's where she should have
Gail
went.
would have really gave you a platform and a microphone for all of us to hear.
She should have went to Gail. Like,
Y'all be
let's
really
be honest.
shooting for
she
these
talk to?
Potters.
I don't know who it was, but maybe he just had the money that she was looking for. I don't know. I don't
just
know.
don't
who
understand,
it
like,
it was some guy.
Someone,
I really
if I was Kelsey's shoes, I'm going on a major platform. How much you want for this story?
but
She-
what
I know
if,
she
but
went
what if people didn't
section.
want to touch it?
Because they know.
Because they shouldn't.
I could see that.
I mean, because I feel like a lot of like people don't want to say this, but I really think a lot of people are like, damn, Tori's in jail behind this. Is crazy. Like, this is antics. Like, you know, like someone's really doing 9 years behind this, and you're really on a podcast. It's time for me to tell my story, as if you served some
It's
time.
not time to tell anything. Nobody cares.
Nobody
respectfully.
cares.
I want us to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, not us specifically, but like the world. Like, y'all keep trying to dissect and figure out. He's gone to trial. He's in jail. We're done.
Yeah.
There's nothing new that I can find
Unless
out
he
that
gets
would
an
change.
appeal.
I don't
that's it.
know. I hope. I mean, it is what it is. Honestly,
What?
Yeah, all they want to do is free Tory. That's all they want to say. Hashtag free Tory.
That's always right there, dude.
I've been listening to his
no,
music lately.
my thing is,
And like, is it really make Mr. Nigga?
I don't understand.
I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
like, damn, we ain't gonna see Corey Tory in concert, bro.
But you know what? I was listening
be
to
grown
Cannot
by
by
then.
Kalani, and I was like, damn, that Tory verse really missing right now. Because that new one she put, I was like, woo. But yeah, sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I did think it.
I'm like,
I'm not gonna be a liar.
I'm like,
No.
we need him back now.
But that's why I do feel like,
was
you know,
funny.
we do have to learn to separate, especially in the times we're in now, y'all,
Yeah.
scary times. It's time we just separate the art from the artist, you know, because the sooner y'all realize that man is inherently evil, like everyone's bad. Everyone in the industry, to get into the industry, I feel like
Have
you
to do
cannot
something.
succeed unless you do a certain amount of dirt so they can like come out and use it against you. Like everybody's evil. This is how I feel. So it's like, just learn to appreciate art for what it is. And
'cause,
move
like,
about your life.
A lot of people, like, I remember I was talking to somebody like, you're one of those. I'm like, I am. I was like, I can separate art from the person. Like, I like what I like. I like their music. It's not like when I'm in there listening to their music, I'm like, support. No, they made a great song. It did numbers. It did its work. What's wrong?
Because I just know by the time we're in our 60s and 70s, everyone we're listening to now, I just can imagine the scandal that's going to come out about them.
Man. But I guess we'll move along.
We don't have to, we don't have to talk about this very long. But I feel like we discussed it on this podcast. I want to know y'all's opinion. Christina and Rick Ross breaking up.
We said that was going to
happen. Are they broken up?
I mean, she put out a statement.
She's still putting out statements.
She put out a statement. She said she put out a statement saying, she's like, yes, we have been broken up for like a couple weeks now. It was a great run. Our 6 months together was magical.
Now we giving statements for 6 months.
She was like, I'm not upset about it. She's like, my sales are up. Whatever business she has, like, my sales are up. I'm happy. I'm this, whatever the case might be. She's like, and no, I'm not going to be going on any podcast talking about my relationship.
Because you
didn't have a relationship to talk about on a podcast, sis.
You already talked about it. Now you can't go back and talk about it.
On Rick Ross?
Oh, yeah, gosh. Because Rick Ross already shown up at a new basketball game with a new girl.
Of course, it's Rick Ross.
It's Rick Ross.
You thought he was going to do what? Be sad behind 6 months?
So pressed to talk. I'm not addressing
That's why he dropped you, because you so pressed to talk.
Yeah. The thing is, she's
that's why you don't brag on men. I'm telling you, the minute you brag on a man, that's the minute he plays in your face.
That's when he's like,
I'm telling you, it's like just a switch. Like, are you happy? You bragging? It's over for you.
It's like play with your feelings now, ho.
As soon as you add an emoji next to their name,
I'm telling you.
Oh, as soon as you post them,
they get to start dogging your ass out. No, but she's Louis Farrakhan's like great niece.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Good. Okay. Oh,
she's good.
Interesting. We need to separate that. Okay, y'all. So we are going to go into the topic. We also have Crystal here now. Say hello to everybody. So, you said what?
The weather tried to take me down. But
glad you made it. So we're going to get into the topic today, y'all. It's going to be interesting. It's honestly just some hot takes, things that I feel like the world is afraid to say or shouldn't be saying. And so I'm just going to jump right on into it, y'all. Rihanna. Things are not sensing like it used to a few years back. I'm going off what the people say. Cross for me.
What are the people
wearing
saying?
all black with that white tank top. And so,
this is okay.
Boy said that Rihanna never really had talent, y'all.
I never said that.
Get her.
Okay.
I never said that.
That's not what she said. She asked the question.
Thank you. That's not what I said.
What was your question, Nikki?
So my question was, has Rihanna lost the juice musically? And do we think that she's kind of lost her juice due to, motherhood, now being in like a very serious committed relationship? Or was Rihanna just really not as talented as we thought she was?
I mean, I spent $30 on this Fenty lip gloss, so clearly
she's doing something.
But businesswoman, but that's why I said, let's talk to my question. Has Rihanna lost her juice musically?
I don't think so. She hasn't put out music. To say that she's lost her juice musically, to me, is a very bold statement. She has not put out music in almost 10 years.
Didn't Rihanna put out 2 new songs?
What songs?
She did a soundtrack album.
Yeah,
song, but she didn't.
Still songs.
I mean,
and that song, she won an Oscar. Yeah, she won a Grammy for that.
Yeah, and we just talked about some people winning Oscars and Grammys.
But it's Rihanna. I think she deserves it.
Your statement was
we talked about people who didn't deserve it.
And I don't think Beyonce.
It was like a memorial song. It wasn't necessarily a song that was going to get radio play.
Yeah.
But it got an award.
Yeah.
Which is not.
I wasn't a fan of it.
Comparative to.
I wasn't a fan of it either.
It's cool. But like what I'm saying is, but it is what facts are facts. So what I'm saying is that I can't say she's lost her juice musically because she hasn't put out a body of work in 10 years.
I'm basing this a lot on also her recent performance for the Indian billionaire's son's wedding. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Rihanna, but musically, I just don't think she's there anymore. And I would love for her to be there, but I don't think she's there. I think she's a great businesswoman. I think that she's doing fabulous things when it comes to the beauty industry, fashion industry, but musically,
but what are you basing it
about people's like?
Let me ask you a question. What are you basing it off of? Because you said you're basing it off of her performance. which is old songs, which is hits.
And
so
her performance, her Super Bowl performance wasn't that great either.
But okay,
so we can only base
let's talk about. We're not talking about her dancing ability. We're talking about music rise, right?
Yeah.
So she put out songs that were hits, and she was singing songs that were hits.
But performance, like you can still perform your old hits, and it'd be a great show. People
you didn't think that Super Bowl performance was good?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was a great show for what I think Rihanna can bring.
But she was pregnant. Wow. Okay.
But as Paulette, according to Paulette, her peers do it all the time. Like
I said,
how many people perform pregnant?
Let's be like,
how many people have announced pregnancies while performing?
But no, let's be like, because I know there has to be some context to what you're saying. And so, because you did before, like we started recording.
Beyonce did a whole performance on the MTV Music Awards, and killed it. And then after that, announced her pregnancy.
I mean,
I don't understand.
Respectfully, Beyonce wasn't doing a full 9, and I love Beyonce down, but she wasn't doing a full boom cat. She was singing, and the vocals was there. Don't get me wrong, but there wasn't.
She was still dancing.
Beyonce was not. It was Love on Top. She was not.
But
dancing.
she was
on that song when she announced it. But she did more than that.
But what I'm saying, like, I don't think there's like comparison. I don't think we should be. I feel like that's apples to oranges. I'll be real with you. I will say that, and I don't want to take that away from Rihanna. Like, oh, just because she's not putting out an album that she's lost the juice, she is still Rihanna. Like, she is still Rihanna.
Yeah, I think she's still Rihanna. We can't take away from her name. I don't doubt that, but musically, I just don't think it's there. And she might prove me wrong.
So you don't think she's capable of making a comeback musically?
No. I don't think that Rihanna. I think that whatever Rihanna puts out, it's not going to hit the way her old stuff hits. I think she might have hit her plateau musically.
But I don't understand why you're basing it off of her dancing performance. That's the only reason I'm kind of confused.
Just thinking of performance-wise in general. Like, I've been to a Rihanna concert. I saw what kind of show she put on. That's not the same show she's been putting on.
But we're speaking to her music capabilities, and you're basing it off of her performance capabilities.
Yeah,
so
I'm just saying
performing.
I'm saying superstar abilities. Like, that would be for anybody.
Now you're changing what you're saying. I get the thing is, we're at the agree to disagree.
I'm not changing what I'm saying. I'm saying musically, I think she's lost her juice.
I think what Nikki's talking about is
I can only compare
as a musician and as an artist. She just doesn't see Rihanna as an artist anymore. She sees her more as like a businesswoman. But as far as looking at Rihanna as like an artist, she doesn't see it anymore because when she sees Rihanna's perform, it's not giving I'm an artist. I think that's what she's trying to say.
Yeah. The thing is, I can only
say that.
I can't say that because I can only base it on what Rihanna hands us. If Rihanna's not putting out new music, I can't base it on that. I can only base it on what Rihanna brings to the public.
Yeah.
That's all she's brought.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your opinion. I will say though, like, I don't feel like it is fair just because, like, again, her Super Bowl performance, she was pregnant. And so, and for this current performance, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even think she was prepared because she did the same exact performance that she did at the Super Bowl. So I feel like it was an opportunity that she couldn't turn down. And she like, and I don't think like she prepared enough to.
You would think if she did it for the second time, it would be even better.
What pissed me off was her stylist. Why do they have her wearing that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a lot.
I've seen her dressed better,
like going to brunch,
but on a runway in that same cultural attire. So I don't understand why they had her in this mismatched thing. I don't know. That irritated me, but whatever.
Right. But
that's neither here nor there. But anyways, Rihanna, we hope to see you come back.
Honestly, I know. I think she can do it.
I think she's capable of doing it.
I just feel like
I don't think she cares though. I don't think she cares. And respectfully, I kind of feel her
in her life now.
I disagree. I do think she cares. I just think that it's like she's in competition with herself at this point, and not even competition with herself. Competition with people's expectations of her now. Because even like the people like Nikki, that's who Rihanna is gonna have to impress. It's not y'all. It's not the people who are already fans.
Right.
It's people who are expecting her to not do no shade, but to not come back and be her best. So when you have that like on your shoulders, kind of like, if I do bad as an artist, this affects all my other businesses. Because if Rihanna starts losing the name Rihanna, then that affects Fenty now. That affects all her other businesses that are tied into her name. So it's kind of like, why even take that gamble at this point?
I mean, then we might as well say the same for Cardi B.
That's what I was like. So what do y'all feel about Cardi then? Because
what Cardi has not have?
No, not that music aspect. Because
she's
Cardi
not going to drop another apples to orange conversation again.
Oh, but I honestly feel like, and I think Cardi's even mentioned this herself.
Cardi's trying.
I do think that she's a bit afraid to top her first album.
She has.
I don't think she's trying. I think she just has a big budget for just visuals, but she's really not trying.
She dropped the freestyle, and the freestyle actually wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
Freestyle.
Well, whatever.
I mean, she called it a freestyle.
I don't think it was bad though. video.
It was
I definitely think she's scared to live up to
her
verses on featured.
She
She had a feature run. Don't get me wrong. She had a feature run. She slid on every feature she was on. But I
9 writers, 1 freestyle.
That's what I'm saying. Is she trying? Is she trying on a freestyle? That's a freestyle for you?
No,
I'm not saying that's a freestyle for
just
me.
saying,
but I'm
that's
saying
not trying.
She's
Still doing the same
no,
stuff.
but she is trying because she's actually putting bodies of work out, regardless of what people are saying.
Singles.
She's still putting. It doesn't matter. It's
not
more than
about
Rihanna's
the
put
work.
out.
But my thing is
comparing now. Okay, see,
but also she's in her 7th year of being an artist.
Let's stay in this.
Rihanna on her in her 7th year, she was on her 7th album.
Exactly. No,
So
I
we can't
That's
compare
apples to
Rihanna.
I know, but I'm just saying that we brought Cardi B in afterwards talking about Rihanna. So I'm saying like y'all can't sit here and say that Cardi is like not doing anything.
Cardi B has not dropped a sophomore album.
don't think
that's what I'm
anybody
saying.
said
Okay, how Cardi B was brought up, we just asked. So would the same thing apply to Cardi? Like I said, Cardi and Rihanna are not in the same conversation because, like I said, Cardi is now going on year 7 and she is not. We've yet to see her sophomore album.
Yeah.
All we've been getting from Cardi is features. She hasn't
singles,
carried a song by herself, so she hasn't even dropped a single to me. Other than this
last one.
Just this freestyle, but
It's okay, but people kind of eating her up for that anyways because that coach comment. So
yeah.
What coach comment? What's she
talking about?
She don't want no coach back, basically.
Yeah. I just
While
think
coach is in the heights of its return, and
That's
coach
what I was like,
commented on that TikTok.
whatever writer wrote
Interesting.
that.
I'm like, girl, you just missed a bag. You could have got a
writer
collab
wrote
like
that-
Megan did.
whatever
And
writer
she
wrote
went
that,
and
they
bought a
didn't read
coach
the room.
bag in a video. Yeah.
But no,
But I mean,
damage
she doesn't want a
control,
coach
but-
bag. She's entitled to that, right?
What I'm
I
saying
just
is
feel
to-
like she's in Birkins now. You don't need to be talking about coaches.
That's what I'm saying.
Just say you're not rocking Chanel at
Yeah.
this point. Like it's so far out of your league. We don't need to know that you're not rocking a coach.
To get back to Cardi though, I just think honestly, me personally, and I like Cardi, but I think she's ran her race in this game of rap. I think it's time for her to do something else.
I don't think she has.
I mean, Cardi B can try to get into acting. She can try to, try business, try to open up.
I
different
think
things.
Cardi's
But I
gonna
think
have a sophomore album.
I just think musically, she's just not there.
I
and
think
it's showing.
I think she is. I just
every
think that
year
she's
that
aware
passes.
that it's not going to do what her freshman album,
Probably
her
not.
first album did.
Probably not.
anymore.
She's aware, huh?
She's not musically there anymore.
But
she
then
knows
also
it.
we have to look
you
at
know
it.
you just can't produce
But the thing is, here's the thing.
being honest with yourself.
We can't take away the fact that like Cardi still has influence. The fact that people are still going and packing out shows for songs that came out 5 years ago.
Okay.
What show?
What shows is she packing out by herself?
I mean, she's packing
Nothing.
out
She can't pack out shows
No,
alone.
actually shows.
Maybe not by herself. Maybe not by herself, but she's still coming out and doing different
doing shows?
festivals.
Oh, festivals.
But she's doing
Festivals is what
She ain't
people
doing-
like. She can't run her own.
She had a recent one last year.
She was a part of like
for facts.
the
I
TikTok one, that TikTok one. But it's like
Yeah,
she can't
she's doing
do things.
festivals.
Oh, the
What I'm
TikTok.
saying, Cardi B, yes, she has influence, but as a solo artist, no. Like it's done. It's okay though. Like it's actually okay, and I think she's getting to the point where she understands that she.
Y'all are really
is
good.
that. I mean, how can we say Rihanna's not musically there and can't say the same about Cardi? That's crazy. She's
I
not
think
there.
that Rihanna has so many other accolades that it's like music doesn't need to be one of them anymore. That's
Same for Cardi.
That's the difference. No, Cardi doesn't have those accolades.
She has a Grammy. You're good. You're good. You
She
did
doesn't-
well.
But she doesn't have like a $1 billion business. You know what I'm saying? Cardi still has respect to gain in the music industry as far as rapping goes. You know what I'm saying? Like she has other things that she has to prove. That's the reason why I feel like she can't leave the game just yet. Rihanna, on the other hand, it really doesn't matter if Rihanna puts out another album, another song for the rest of her life. It doesn't matter. Rihanna's gonna be Rihanna. That's all
I
I'm
think the
saying.
point I was just trying to make is if we're going to question if they're still there musically, then Cardi needs to be brought up because where's the sophomore album? You doing all
7
these
years
features.
later.
I feel like you can't
7
carry yourself on
years?
your own album. So I feel like if
7
anybody needs to be
years.
questioned musically, it would need to be
Cardi,
her.
yeah.
It
And
would
like
need to be
her
for sure.
music does sound like outdated. Like she recorded this years ago, and now she's finally taking them out the vault. It's giving old.
A lot of people do that though.
But like I feel you. Cardi B's good musically. Anyway, moving forward, how do y'all feel about Diddy and Meek Mill? These allegations. And do
Okay.
y'all feel like Meek Mill should have spoke?
The only thing I do want to say with this lawsuit, is that I don't know if it's the lawyer, and we're going to blame the lawyer because the victim is not the one who put this manifesto together. It is
Right.
the lawyer. I think my issue with it is that in reading it, first off, there's a lot of things that are inaccurate in it, right? For instance, they have a picture of quote unquote Stevie J in there, who the picture is not even of Stevie J. we all saw that video. It was like years ago that went viral where they said it was Stevie J, like in like a gay porno, whatever.
And didn't he like already like?
No, but it actually wasn't him. It was just like a lookalike. So the fact that it's a still photo of that in it, it's like, as a lawyer, like, why didn't you do your research to at least like, you know, make sure that wasn't inaccurate. Yeah. And then a lot of stuff that was in there, I remember I was even confused because I'm just like, okay, for instance, it says that allegedly Meek Mill and Diddy had like some relations, right? Why is that in there? Like, did he rape him? Was it consensual? Because is this like you're spilling tea in this lawsuit? Because there's so much stuff on there that's like kind of irrelevant to the actual suit, where it's like, what are you trying to establish here? Are you trying to establish that Diddy is gay? Are you trying to establish that Meek Mill is gay? If not, it is not.
What was the point?
It's not illegal to be gay. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. Is like a lot of it just seems like you're trying to slander and defame somebody on the basis of trying to establish like a case, which I understand, but at the same time, it's like, it's not illegal to be gay. So people going against Meek Mill and saying all these things, it's like, I understand where Meek Mill is coming from, because he's coming through and say, if I come out and say some like crazy shit, now I'm the bad guy. Because is he supposed to come out and say, I'm not fucking gay, because if he says that, then it's like, what's wrong with being gay? But then if he says, oh, I don't have a problem with this, then it's like, oh, he is gay. It's like, he's damned if he does, he's damned if he don't. But I agree. He shouldn't actually have been in that at all, because he had nothing to do with it. But so I didn't understand that.
I almost felt like the clips of the lawsuit I saw were fake, because you know how like when you're reading something, there's like a number at the end. I can't think of what it's called, like a subscript to tell you to refer to. Yeah, and it's like, it doesn't say Meek Mill. Like, it refers to, it says some shit like the rapper, this Philadelphia rapper who signed to such and such. So it's like, who else could it be?
No, this Philadelphia rapper who dated a Grammy award winning Nikki or something.
Yeah, and it's like, we're like,
it's like, so Meek Mill.
No one's supposed to figure that out. This is supposed to be confidential information, and these little notes y'all put in here is just not it.
It was so weird. So it's like, it's hard for me to take it seriously.
But didn't Meek Mill just drop a new album?
He sure did.
So
great EP.
Maybe
his song's actually charting #1 on iTunes.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe it's gonna be to his advantage that, because I feel like not only this, but he's been in the headlines a lot these past few months. So it's like,
they say he just got his master.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where maybe, like, I understand, like, it sucks that he's involved in this, but
you're saying,
I mean,
it's giving someone trying to step on his project.
It's helping his music.
And you know what's crazy? He literally just posted that he was in a car accident because his brakes like slipped or whatever, and he barely survived. I'm like, Meek Mill, is everything good over there?
Talking about, yeah. They're trying to set you up.
I don't know. Trying to take you out the game, me.
Yeah, like, what is giving now? I just feel like no celebrity safe in 2024. Like, I feel like everybody is on the chopping block. Yeah. You did something wrong 10 years ago, it's time to pay up or be exposed. Like,
Carisha opened up.
Yeah. Hey.
She's selling on her. See, the thing is, now people are making it way more dramatic. They're like,
what is
she's
Carisha
been doing that.
So
she's selling old clothes.
She made an Instagram called Carisha's Closet, and she's like, I'm going to start posting clothes on there, or whatever, and designers
that she's selling.
So now they're like, oh my gosh, the funds is running low.
Hasn't Ari been doing that?
Oh my God,
Carisha's been doing that before Diddy. To be fair, though,
yeah, but
a lot of influencers do that.
She was doing that, but I don't know if it was before Diddy. Because I remember,
no, it was.
I remember she was selling like the Chanel top and stuff like that. Because I saw some of herself, but that wasn't that long ago.
No, yeah, for sure. Because at first she had a Poshmark at first. Because I looked at it, yeah, and it was literally, and I realized that she changed stuff from the Poshmark to her website. And her Poshmark she made a long time ago, so she really has been selling like used clothes. So.
I just saw her make an Instagram. My thing is, I thought it was a bit dramatic anyway, because they're like, her funds are running low. Like, I'm just like, yo,
people always checking other people's pockets.
Yeah.
So then, do y'all feel like since like 2024 is one of those years of exposure, like, does this kind of correlate like with Wendy Williams? Because I feel like I see a lot of people talking about how like Wendy Williams, like, she's getting what she deserves, basically.
I think we need to stop saying that. Yeah, this woman has been ill.
She's diagnosed. She had a mental breakdown. Her karma is crazy.
That type of stress on the body that could take anybody out. So like, what are we doing here? Like, she deserves that to be happening to her. That is crazy to me. I feel like that's a very wild.
Like, from what people are saying, they're like, Wendy wasn't really the best person. Like, she really came for a lot of people, I guess.
That was her job.
But that was her coming job. For people and talking gossip versus shit that Diddy's being alleged of doing, rape and kid, like all this crazy stuff. You can apples to oranges. It's night and day.
Right. Like, she's the creator of Neighborhood Talk, Shade Room, all that. They are doing what she did for a living. She is the one that pioneered all that. So to me, it's like, so are y'all gonna put them on the same stake of y'all deserve whatever bad things happen? I just don't get that statement. I just feel like that's kind of. it's terrible and nasty to say about her. And I just, it's sad. Even the documentary, all that stuff is just, I feel like it's sick. They're taking advantage of her in the moment that she's vulnerable, and it just sucks. Because, like, I never saw Wendy Williams' career just looking like this now. It's crazy.
I do think a lot has changed, and I do think this is going to be the year that a lot of stuff gets exposed because so many people are coming out and speaking their truths. Like, just recently, one of the actors from the show, is it Josh? What's it?
Oh, Drake
and Josh. He came out and said that he was assaulted by one of the writers at Nickelodeon.
Wow.
Remember, like, he got like accused of like molesting a kid.
Yeah, so he was accused of like molesting a child.
But they say people who are abused like that go on to do it to other people. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying, but they say it's very repeated like behavior. Right. So I do think.
Who produced? Is it Dan Schneider that produced it?
Yeah, Dan. Yeah, that's a sicko.
So I think we'll conclude this in December of the year. What else has come out about bullshit? Because I feel like a lot of stuff's about to get spilled.
To like switch things up, one thing I'll say, I think Real Housewives of Atlanta needs to recast the OGs and get rid of all. Yeah, recast the OGs. They need to do that for Roni. These seasons are just not it anymore. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I really think it is? I think people are just.
They're not good for TV.
I think people are just tired of Real Housewives.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Specifically the Atlanta.
Yeah.
I feel like Atlanta low key is not the worst franchise, but like low key, like they're bottom tier for me. I don't really watch. I don't really keep up with Atlanta.
There's a lot of
Dubai, Salt Lake, but like when it comes to like top tier, I wouldn't consider Atlanta up there. Beverly Hills, New York before the
New Jersey's at the bottom too.
Really?
Yes, people are tired of family drama like that.
But also, we have to keep in mind that when they say
just tired overall.
Shows are at the bottom, they're at the bottom compared to themselves. I think Atlanta still has one of the best like ratings above all of them. And Miami, as much as everyone says Miami is like the best show out, they have the worst ratings of all the franchises.
Really? No, but I've never heard Miami because that's literally why they went on break for as long as what they did because their ratings were. Because I ain't never heard Miami being the best. But I just think it's at one point it does get tired. You know what I mean? Because Atlanta, we all used to love like the Real Housewives, like all the franchises. We've sat and had whole episodes about the franchise, but it's just like now it's like there's not really much to talk about. Like,
but do y'all feel like that in general, just like about reality TV?
Yeah,
I feel like
it's flavor.
Yeah, I feel like because I don't know. I feel like since like maybe like the 90s, like late 90s, early 2000s, that's whenever reality TV kind of really got its juice. Like with like Real World and different. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
like,
but I still feel like it was peak in the late 2000s. Like, bro, Love and Hip Hop was peak.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's whenever
that's still
saying,
on the air somehow.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like reality TV really came in like late 90s, early 2000s. So now we're going on like a 25 to almost 30-year run. I almost feel like there's going to be something else that comes in that kind of.
And you know what it is?
I think it's social media.
I'm not gonna lie. It's these fighting shows, like all that exploiting fights, that's what's in now. No, that is what's in. That's what a lot of people like watching.
Social media.
Like a lot of people like this, like reality fight TV now. Like everyone
likes that. I feel like it's like true crime.
You know,
no.
I also feel like it's a form of like instant gratification. With reality TV, right? We didn't have social media and stuff like that. We didn't have all these after shows. So when you're watching a reality television show, you really have to know what's going on day to day to day. Yeah. But then you have shows like even right now, we're watching Love is Blind. Before we even got to the end, we found out so much is happening. Like we already know, like, oh, they don't end up together. So it takes away like the fun of even continuing to the end. So people are dropping off. Now, like with reality TV, like it's so easy. Like you could be watching a drama and literally go to that person's social media page to know if these people are still friends.
Right.
So
I definitely think for me, in regards to the Housewives, I have not watched any of the new seasons of any of them. I think more than just the plots of the shows and the cast, like I think I got tired of watching it because when it came to the reunion, Andy was not holding these people accountable to certain things. And to me, it's like, even when it came to Garcelle, like the constant like bullying that she received, even in regards to her son and the way he sat up there and let all those other women gaslight her, to me, now I'm good on watching the show because if you can't even protect her, but y'all brought her on to have diversity on the show, I don't want to watch. Atlanta, I've been stopped watching after the allegations because y'all kept talking about that shit. I did not want to hear it anymore. And I lost interest in watching it because I felt there was no accountability from the cast members, especially when it came to the reunion. Like we wait all this time, watch all these episodes, come to the reunion, and we're not even really getting to the tea of what happened to the season and why things happen the way they did. So to me, it's like, why am I watching this anymore? I don't see the point of watching it. I'm not saying it's not entertaining, but I just decided for me, like, I'm good on watching this show because I'm not getting anything from it anymore.
I don't think it's just not. I don't know. It's just not giving like flavor.
It's not giving. It's not giving excellence anymore and rich money and the shit that I want to see. Now it's giving drama between friends, and it's like, bruh.
Because low key, the reason why we watched Atlanta as well is because like we watched Beverly Hills, but then it was nice to see like
women that
black
look like
women
women.
on they
like,
shit.
seeing people that look like us living like this, like that's what's up. But now,
Drama.
yeah,
I feel like they can pick anybody who's popular on Instagram and just be like, all right,
Literally.
cool. But okay, so who brought up Love Is Blind?
I think Michelle.
Okay, yeah, just a little hot take. Since the whole, I guess the finale came on, not the reunion, but the actual season finale, I don't feel bad for AD. That's a hot take. I don't feel bad for her, and the reason why is because I feel like, I don't know if y'all watched it, but I feel like
I watched it through y'all.
Okay, so for the people who didn't watch, long story short, they didn't get together. The only black couple on there. And like
I thought y'all said they got married.
No, they did not get married.
He
He said no at the altar.
He said no at the altar.
Yeah.
He played her.
Yeah. So and everybody's like, go, and you know what? Great for the black women. You know, I'm always rooting for the black women. But the reason why I don't feel bad is because women go on this show. First of all, I feel like a little bit of her and a lot of the women who go on the show are just a little bit boy crazy, just a little bit. And that's another topic for another day.
I don't think they're boy crazy. I think they're marriage crazy.
Same thing. So yeah,
or marriage desperate.
Yeah, same thing. So I just feel like for women who go on that show and like they hold these men to these standards that they know that they cannot make. Like first of all, you go on the show, you know that there's a 50% chance that a man can say no at the end of the day, no matter what he's telling you, no matter what he's presenting, no matter what actions he's showing. At the end of the day, he can say no. So there's that. But then you put all this faith into thinking that he's going to say yes and ignoring all the red flags, ignoring everything that he's telling you, ignoring all these signs that he's pretty much saying that he's not ready, just for you to be disappointed at the end. It's kind of just like, what did you expect? Like, why did you not mentally prepare yourself for this? I don't care what he was like. I don't care that you guys had a good sexual connection. Like, the nigga was pretty much telling you, I'm not ready. I'm afraid. And every conversation, it became memes at that point where he's bringing up every single time, I'm not ready. I just feel like, the people in my life, like, they just kind of gave me PTSD from marriage and da-da-da-da. And it's just like, and every time she's like, well, I'll stick by your side. I'm going to ride for you, this and da-da-da. And I'm just like, at what point as a woman are you going to take accountability and be like, you know what? He's telling me this. And at the end of the day, like, I have to take what he's saying, not with a grain of salt. So honestly, I don't feel bad for her. I mean, sorry, I like the girl. Don't get me wrong. I think she was great TV, but it's still just like, I don't feel bad.
Where is
like
his accountability?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So no,
100%.
So just like he can sit up and say these things to her, where was his accountability to break it off with her before going down the aisle?
I'm not on Clay's side at all.
So I actually do feel bad for AD because here's the thing. It's like, yes, someone can sit there and tell you like, someone can tell you, hey, I don't like the color red. I don't like the color red. I don't like the color red. But they're bringing you like red roses. Okay, that's weird. Like, why would you be doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, his words are saying one thing, but his actions are showing something completely different. You're still talking about, oh, I want to do marriage counseling with you. I want to do these different things with you. I want to do this. I want to do that with you. And then you still go and have a bachelor party. You allow me to have a bachelorette party. We do our final date before the wedding night. We still go through with that. You allow all of our friends and family to come to this wedding.
That's the crazy part.
That's what I'm saying.
You flew in. Are you crazy?
You allow all of our friends and family to come to this wedding to then say no to me at the altar. So yes, I actually do feel really bad for AD. Yes, I understand that he might have been saying certain things, but like I said, his actions were something completely different. And maybe she's thinking like, hey, yeah, like, okay, he's scared of marriage, but he's willing to like get over that fear with me. We're able to work through that together. We're able to get through that together. So yeah, I actually do feel bad for AD.
Let's not forget her mama was pushing her. He's a good man, stick beside him. So she wasn't going anywhere. Like,
no. Even at the very end when she was just like, there was nothing that he could have said that would have allowed her to say no. You're right. I'm not on Clay's side. Don't get me wrong. I'm not on his side at all because I do feel like he definitely could have had that conversation prior to the altar. But I just feel like sometimes like there's just something about like women who are just so desperate to get married that you'll just continuously ignore signs. You'll continuously ignore like what a man is telling you just because out of desperation, you literally will marry a man like Clay just to say, hey, I'm married. Like, actually, let's be so serious here. We actually need to start standing up. Like,
women do that all the time,
and that's a problem. And that's a problem.
Men do it too. Women and men are in relationships that they don't want to be in, just for the sake of getting married. For the sake of getting married, for the sake of pleasing their family and friends. Like, there's a lot of different things. I don't agree with it, but it's like,
I do think, I see where Crystal's coming from. I do think that men and women need to release themselves from the shackles of that, because that is crazy to like want something that you want. I know you want it, but that with this person, it's not attainable. So why do you want it so bad with this person?
But not everyone is as strong being single like others. Like, not everyone is happy being single.
And that's a problem. That's what I'm saying.
I agree it's a problem, but I think it's just, like, I'm not going to like come down on AD because she ignored some red flags. All those people had red flags. All of them.
Yeah, because she's an adult. She's not a 20-something. She's 32, I think. So I feel like, I think that the accountability, and again, so I mean respectfully, like she is. Like I'm saying she's not in her 20s. So I'm just like.
Yeah.
Paulette. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, and again, like, I'm not saying that, like, let's be serious here. Like, men are men at the end of the day. There are men who will just give you all these things just to play in front of your face and just and will switch up on you on the last minute. Right. But at what point are women going to start taking accountability for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you knew, like, he was telling you to your face, and every time she would be like, you could tell in her eyes she was questioning, like, like, I don't know if this nigga knows.
She's a Reese Teesa.
But you just decided to just be like, I believe in you.
Bad,
you can't believe in a man who don't believe in himself.
This is the beginning. Like, this is Reese Teesa.
That's the part
you
when
can't
was
believe
looking at the first
in a man
house.
who don't believe in himself. Like, and that's exactly what she was
agree.
doing. Choosing to, like, see the potential. And she even said, like, in the beginning, she's Captain Save-A-Ho. Girl,
She
like,
said that about herself?
She just was like, I like to
Captain. She likes to. She likes to build men up.
Yeah, and my thing is like, girl, at what point are you gonna stop doing that?
That's a
Like,
common response.
Honestly,
at what point are you
But
gonna
the
stop
crazy
doing
part
that?
is, I do
Someone
think
got to do it.
I do think that
Someone
there
gotta
are
do it.
qualities in AD, even being as she is, that if she found the right person, she'd be perfect for it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I think
she's
Clay
a great
was
woman.
literally just a monster in sheep's
think she's-
clothing who just
yeah.
happened to take advantage and like literally feed off that desperation.
This brings me back to my next hot take. The dating pool is not trash. It's just the men you choose are.
Not necessarily.
I think it's both.
I think it's a mix of both.
I feel like some people, like, for example, like when like I hear some stories, like some people complain about dating. Actually, I'll use myself as an example. Like when you look back, you're like, dang, all these complaints, and realize you were dating the same person.
Yeah.
The same person. You kept picking the same person.
I think there's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing though in the dating pool. To be honest with you, I think that a lot of people just aren't honest with themselves, like who they truly are, and so whoever they want to portray, they're going to portray that to you whenever you're dating them. And it's not until their real actions come out and you're like, oh, this is actually who you are. And now by this time, you might have put some time into it, you know? Yeah. And after a certain while, like when you get to a certain point in your life, you really don't have, or you don't think you don't have as much time to waste. So let's say you put a year plus into this person already, and now they're trying to show signs of like, this may not be really who they are. You're thinking you can work through it. So it's like, I really do think the dating pool is just trash. I don't think it's all, like, don't get me wrong, everyone doesn't have a great picker. I don't even think I don't even think my picker is on point 100% of the time. But I do think that some people in the dating pool are just trash that don't need to be dating.
Yeah, I think that, and I think another problem with the dating pool is kind of like everything is in the same pool. It'd be different if it was like separated. There was like a friends with benefits pool, a situationship pool, a talking pool, and touching pool, ready for marriage pool. But the thing is, everybody's picking from the same pool. So the niggas who are not serious are picking from the same pool people who are serious are picking from. And everybody knows that when you first meet somebody on a first date, you can't say, hey, I'm not serious, I'm just trying to fuck. You can't say that because most guys will say, oh, if I tell a girl that, she's not going to talk to me. Well, duh. But instead, what you do is you keep talking to her and leading her on so that you can fuck. And then you lean back and say, hold on, I thought that we was just chilling. I thought we was just dating. I didn't know you was trying to be serious. And then after that girl leaves that situationship, you expect her to go back into that same dating pool, pull from it, and then have that same eagerness that she had the first time. No, now she's cautious. Now she has her wall up. And then a guy who probably is serious is like, oh no, she's too much. She's too much drama. Like, I'm trying to talk to you and you're scarred. You have trauma. So it's like this never ending cycle of people who are meant for each other, never finding each other before they're scarred. So I mean, the dating pool's trash. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. The dating pool's very
But
trash.
do y'all feel like we just weren't supposed to see like this many people in our lifetime?
Like meet this many
Like
people?
date?
Yeah.
Or-
I mean, I'll be honest with you, we weren't supposed to.
What do you-
Our parents didn't.
Wait, when you say meet people, can you
Like dating people,
so many
like,
people.
Do you feel
Dating,
like
okay.
like do you feel like we were really supposed to come across this many people dating wise?
Yeah.
And then like do y'all think that this kind of goes back to like middle school, like when they were trying to teach us about sex and like they're telling y'all like, hey, like stay abstinent, stay this. Like, do you feel like maybe if we had actually like listened to some of our education and stayed abstinent, do you think that would have changed the dating pool a little bit?
No.
I feel like we have social media. Like I can meet a nigga from across 50 states away. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
social media was always going to interrupt the frequency of things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have dating apps. That's one thing. People can change the locations, but I feel like you can follow a random ass person on social media who doesn't even live in your city, and now y'all are dating. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like, I don't feel like that has nothing to do with sex.
Yeah. I also feel like,
Like we just come across so many people. I feel like temptation is too high. I feel like men and women think that they're so much better because
too many options.
You just come across so many people. Like back in the day, you met somebody by meeting them in person. Like that's how you met your husband. That's how you met your wife. That's how you met your significant other because you met them in person out doing somewhere. And now it's like, no, you can meet somebody digitally before you even meet them in person. So it's like,
but I don't necessarily feel like dating too many people or meeting people is a bad thing. Like I feel like it kind of preps you for like what you really, really want. Like, and honestly, some of the shit I really could have did without. Let's be for real. But at the same time, like I feel like it made me into the woman that I am today. I feel like I know exactly what I want, or I know like, or I have an idea of what I want, and I know like exactly what I don't want. Versus before, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna date this guy because I feel like he's attractive and it's what I want. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I just feel like it gives you more experience to like just life experience in general.
To piggyback off of what she asked, though, I do have to agree with her. I don't think we were meant to like be so intimate with so many people. And
intimate?
Okay,
hold on. We're talking
let me land first.
Just in
be
general.
so intimate with someone, opening yourself up with someone, allowing so many people to like weren't. It wasn't meant to be like that. Like that was supposed to be for exclusive person. Like,
I think even just like if you take sex out of the like picture, I think just even allowing so many people into your life, I think it does like definitely kind of mess up your dating habits because it just puts things into the atmosphere that maybe you would have been okay with before, you maybe would have been able to work with before if you hadn't experienced so many different people.
100%. Okay, if we're adding that into the equation, then yes.
No, I'm not talking about just sex. I'm talking about like even if you take sex out the picture, like just experiences. Like it's just like okay, like it's like, okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you put it that way, I agree.
Yeah, like if you have like, I agree. Like it's like one of those things where like if you have a man that, if you've dated 5 men that have all made $1 million.
That's your expectation now.
Your 6th man, you're not going to look at someone who's making 100,000.
Yeah. But not even that. Imagine you're someone who has never dated a man who's made $1 million. But you are on social media, coming in contact with so many men who you see have made $1 million, and now that is your not expectation.
Oh my gosh, did y'all
but
see that?
Nowhere in your like square footage, nowhere in your region,
you know.
So I feel like in that sense, it's like you're meeting more people in this lifetime than you really should have because you're meeting people on social media. You're exposed yourself to so many people. You could be someone who lives in a country where the closest millionaire is probably 3 meters away and probably already married. But in your head, you're like, I want somebody who looks like this, looks like this, looks like this, and your expectation, your preferences aren't even based off of the people who are around you. Like right now, you can go to a small town in like a different country and someone's preference can be somebody who they've never even seen in person.
Right.
You know, I want to marry this, what they picture to be exotic, but they've never seen this person in real life.
And a lot of people's preferences don't even match their values either. So it's like, it's just a messed up thing. Like
even about what people will maintain or expect in a relationship. Like when it comes to the conversation of 50-50, so many people have that conversation and it's just like, why are you having that conversation? You're not even in a relationship like to even be discussing this 50-50 conversation. Never dated a man who was paying for this, you was doing that. So to me it's like, how you just gonna just say I'm not gonna go 50-50?
No, it's funny that y'all say that because recently there was a girl who came out. She a guy had took her on a date to a basketball game. And she was upset because they weren't floor seats. And the girl honestly didn't look above, she didn't look like she was above 23, 24. Probably, I don't even say 25.
That's the expectation.
She looked very young.
I thought you were going to talk about the girl who was talking about how
she got lunch money.
Yeah, how the guy sent, I think he sent her $50.
He sent $30.
$30. And like she's like, I'm hungry. The guy, she was like, okay, like, guy was like, I'm gonna send you some money. He cash apps her $30. She was like, what am I gonna do with $30?
Hey. Bitch, where you eating?
That's what I'm saying. Are you getting a 3-course
at lunchtime? $30
special?
will get me a long way.
Where are you going?
It can low-key give me 3 meals.
That can give me lunch and dinner if we be honest.
That give me lunch and gas. Excuse me.
Why are you putting all your money to food? You're not even thinking smart. Like
that's a big bag right there.
No, really, and greedy.
What?
Like. You're that hungry for lunch? That's a small meal.
Lunch is crazy.
100? Like I don't know.
I think she wanted like.
I'm back to the floor seats conversation. So she was very upset that he got what seats?
Yeah, I don't know what seats, but it wasn't floor seats.
You're in a ball game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which is an experience at the end of the
so
day.
And what kind of person
People's
are you dating?
expectations are
just so social
Above
media.
them.
out of this
Has
world.
she been on floor seats before?
That's what I'm saying.
So
You
it's
have
like,
floor seats, and
why
you
do
don't
you
even take
think
yourself to
that that's
floor
where you need to be?
seats.
And not even just that. Okay, then go back with the person who got you floor seats. But you probably can.
But no, it's not even that. It's just I feel like people need to allow experiences to be experiences. Sometimes like, okay, you experience that, but don't put that on the next man. Like everything we do has to be that. It's like, dang, like, so when are y'all gonna have your experience? Like he's trying to keep up with the man that you're not with anymore.
And also, I think it's important to realize that everything that sounds good may not be your portion.
Yeah.
Honestly, that may not be your ministry. That may not be what happens to you. You may be somebody who's like, I can't do 50-50. I can't do 50-50. And you may meet a guy who, I mean, you end up going 50-50 with. Honestly. And you may be actually end up being okay with that because you have not experienced that to really be so anti. You may be the person who ends up on a podcast in front of the mic saying team 50-50 and do all the other shit. You just really never know because if you really think about it, 50-50 really isn't all that bad. Y'all paying half the bills. Especially at y'all's young ages, y'all really can be stacking up and saving.
A lot of y'all grew up in homes where your parents did 50-50. What is going on?
Yeah.
Why are we rewriting history?
And I'm not even that person who's just like team 50-50, but I'm just saying y'all just need to be, I feel like
do what works for you.
Our generation is becoming very unrealistic because let's be completely honest.
Like,
some of us is going 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of y'all are going 50-50. A lot of y'all are splitting rent with your man.
Everyone's
Let's
not
talk
making
about
six
it.
figures.
Yeah. A lot of y'all are splitting rent. And all the
a lot of y'all
bills.
splitting rent. A lot of y'all may be paying
meals,
it down.
and dates and gifts.
Okay.
I mean,
You're
because
splitting it
we
half
keep
and
talking
half.
about we in a recession. Shit's
Thank you.
expensive. Money ain't stretching
Yeah,
how it used
not
to.
everybody
So you
got a
now
tech
expect
job.
a man to pay for every single
Thank
thing.
you.
Is you sit up in that house and you not doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's actually really crazy.
Don't let them stay-at-home girlfriends get you confused on TikTok. That is not everybody's portion. Some of them are lying and just portraying, putting on a show.
But
they're not really that.
you know, it's okay to not want to go 50-50 too.
No. What we're saying is that a lot of people are like in that.
You gonna lose a man behind
going
50-50. He could be everything you want, but you mad because he wants you to go 50-50.
No,
like people have different seasons.
No,
like,
y'all, I stand on what I'm saying.
It's not everybody's portion.
Right, it's not.
We won't go
True.
50-50.
Look, no, it's not that, but there are a lot of people that are in that 50-50 talk that are going 50-50. That's what I'm speaking towards. Like, you're so against 50-50, but you are going 50-50 in your life right now.
Mm-hmm.
You actually, you want 100 in your life right now.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
It's all on you.
I definitely
You put the team on your back every day.
You paying the whole rent. You could be paying half the rent.
Really?
But you don't
but
want
you chose you didn't want 50-50 life. See what I'm saying? Humble yourself. Just kidding. It's not my portion. But like, don't get confused.
I'm like, y'all go a little bit hard when I'm like,
but my thing is, I'm not a fan of 50-50, but I would go 100. Like, I'm not like, pay the rent, I pay the utilities. I'm not against paying bills in a house that I live in. I'm really
not. It's a partnership, y'all. Like, remember, y'all are partners. Y'all are a team. So at the end of the day, whatever you do, you're contributing to the greater good. But a lot of y'all don't understand relationships and marriages. So like y'all are having 50-50 talk still. Grow up. Let's talk about something else.
Oh, okay.
What?
Talk about life insurance.
I was gonna say,
houses.
Y'all saw what the last guest said. You not contributing. He feel like you ain't got no say so. That's why me personally, I've always felt like I never really wanted a man to do 100% for me. Because if you expect me to sit in this bitch and not have no commentary on nothing, you're crazy as fuck.
No, a lot of
that's why I've never really wanted a man who has an ego to take care of me. If you're a man and you just want to take care of me and it's cool, you allow me to contribute and add some type of conversation relationship, cool. But I'm not dating no man with an ego who you want to do 100 because you want to control me. I'm so good.
But I always tell women, ladies, don't.
It always comes with a price.
Look, you can be in the house.
Everything comes with a price.
Yeah, but like, don't be in something not doing nothing. Like, don't make your own coin. Be doing what you got to do. Don't be a thing where it's now you're solely depending on your partner. No, make sure your bag is in order. I think there's a difference. Make sure your bag is in order.
I think there's a difference between he's taking care of you because he wants to, and he's taking care of you because you can't take care of yourself. There's two different.
No, but some people, relinquish that responsibility because they're like, I'm married now, so he's.
I think there's women. I think there's some women who make a lot of money, but a man, like, that's where he gets his fulfillment from.
Is the woman still working?
Yeah.
Okay, that's different. Okay, so you think there's a difference between a woman being spoiled and still having her own? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I just said I said same thing. Keep your bag. Like a lot of women, not a lot of women. Let me not say a lot, but there are women out here that they will meet a bag and then like it's like, oh, I don't gotta do nothing no more. But it's like, no. That's when the work starts.
I think that's. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's okay too. If you really want to marry somebody and you want him to have full financial control, make all the money and do all the stuff, I think that's cool too. There are some people who are built for that, but I think my point is that everybody is not built for the same thing. I think that sometimes we come together and we think that we're all gonna live this life where our man's gonna pay all the bills and and it's like, if you look at reality and how it looks out there, that's not true.
Not everyone wants to be a chief,
but no Indians.
That's the issue. That's the issue.
No, you know what's growing up? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
No, we're the
not enough Indians.
Yeah,
but
I feel that. That was
But if my just kidding.
What were you about to say?
Stand on it.
Yeah, no, for 2024, stand on it.
I'm not gonna be paying Tucker over no bills. You want to pay us?
Yeah, like take it.
You ain't gotta ask me
I'm
twice.
just a girl.
I am not reaching for it. Listen, but shout out to y'all though. Shout out to everybody's relationship.
Shout out to
do
the
what
men that
works
take
for
care of
you.
women.
Stop letting social media dictate what your standard is gonna be with your next man or woman. Like, just be yourself. Show up as you, and that to me will always win. When you're your authentic self. Please don't be a representative of the guy you look up to or woman you look up to on social media. Because trust me, you'll expose yourself.
I want to ask this, and we can wrap it up if we need to. Black girls don't need lip fillers.
Oh, yeah. I could touch on that.
Okay, how you feel?
Because I said most black girls don't need lip fillers. And here's why. Because I do feel like, and I know a lot of women with lip fillers. And don't get me wrong, a lot of times it's cute. However, I do feel like Black women in particular are naturally gifted. I feel like they have naturally fuller lips. And I feel like adding onto it, it's not always necessary. And sometimes it's like and I guess they're going for sometimes people go for the plastic look. Like they want to look like, super full and
like
super,
Barbie.
Yeah, like super Barbie or super Bratz doll even. And that's fine too. But like, to me, it's just like, I can always tell. And it's like, for me, it always just is an unnecessary step for me. And again, sometimes for some people it looks cute, but for a lot of women, I'm just like, you didn't need it. Like you looked fine without it. And it's not for me. So whatever y'all want, but I just feel like most girls just don't need it. Like I can understand why other ethnicities do it, but for most Black girls, it's just like, it's an unnecessary extra step to me.
So I think from what I've seen, like the Black girls that I have seen for the most part, they'll have it done, but it's like not overdone. Like I feel like I see a lot of people that have like a lot of like, because like you said, Black women are already kind of like gifted in that area. So whenever I see like a Black woman with fuller lips after lip fillers, I'm like, well, it's very realistic because you're very capable of having lips like this. Right. You really could have been born with lips like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think
like the Claremont twins.
Okay, that's different. Like they have a certain look that they're going for. That's
their
what
look
they
is
like.
Beyond what it used to be.
Yeah,
now they don't even look like them.
That's what they like.
They don't even look like each other anymore.
Yeah, they don't look like twins.
That's what they like though. I think that they want it. Like they both like really like that plastic look. There's some people that go for that. That's like a outlier. But I'm talking about like some of the people that we have in our life that have fillers. I think it actually looks really good. I can't lie. Like I think that if it makes you happy and it's not like a Claremont twin look, I think it looks pretty good.
No, I'm not saying that it doesn't look good.
I think it can really complement the face very well.
Sometimes, yeah, and sometimes it does. I just feel like
Black women just don't need them.
Not only that, and I feel like there's always just like, I feel like lip fillers. I
think that's what it is.
Yeah, and I also feel like with lip filler, it's just like, I don't know, like sometimes like it does something to your face where you could always tell, like especially in Black women, like you can always tell like it just transformed your face a little bit. Well, that's what I mean. Like, and sometimes it moves. So there's that. So, but I just feel like it just alters the Black face too much.
Well,
so.
you can tell when someone has lip fillers in general. They don't have creases in their lips.
Yeah.
But natural lips naturally have creases in them. So you can always tell when someone gets a filler, it smooths out their lips, and like their lips just look like they have no creases in them because literally that filler goes in and it fills out those creases. So
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
It's kind of easy to tell, but
creases in my lips.
Yeah, everyone has creases. Like natural lips have creases.
But I'm gonna get fillers.
Go ahead,
smooth that bitch out.
But I just feel like, I don't know. Sometimes it just does something to where it's just like I don't know.
I do think that like African American women are doing more plastic surgery
before
to be fetch, just because it's like the popular thing. I don't necessarily think that they've really need it because naturally, like
we're built.
Women of color
stacked.
They're naturally blessed in a lot of these areas that they're going and getting enhanced. So I do think that sometimes it can just be like a hype. It can't just be one of those things where it's like, oh, I just want to do it just to do it.
Right.
Like, but
and that's where I feel like we have to draw the line. Like,
yeah, but
I mean, if it makes you happy,
if
whatever.
It makes you
but
happy,
it's still just like, for me,
and
just like,
it's your money.
do without.
I mean, do what you want to do. That's how I feel. Like, but I'm team plastic surgery. I'm team plastic surgery. I'm
all for it.
I'm team do what makes you happy.
I'm team do all that, but just be safe about it and just be careful.
It don't affect me no way.
Yeah,
but I have been seeing a lot of people doing like facial, like face balancing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. It looks good. I've definitely considered that. I definitely considered that. It's like where your face is like symmetrical, make your face symmetrical.
Like you can go in and get your jaw done. You can just go in and like
just pump like filler in places.
Yeah,
or Botox or whatever.
I mean, isn't that same getting your jaw redone?
No, like so just go in and fill it in and like you know you can get like more of a defined look and just like it just fills your face out a little bit.
It like
more.
balances out. Like maybe one side droops more than the other. Not in a bad
afraid
way,
to do
but
any
like,
of these
yeah,
things.
come like
I don't want.
Look at all these procedures are so.
If you got these filled and you're facing.
These fillers have been around for years.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like
sitting down and getting all that in one go. To me, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of different. Like I think you should definitely take things in like strides, especially if you're new to like that industry, new to fillers, new to Botox. You don't know how you're going to react to it.
Yeah.
So I think you definitely should like take it slow, and I think that's why it's important to go to an informed, like whatever practitioner you're going to have this done.
Informed.
Or also to these people, or are they or these people that give the injections? Like sometimes it's okay to tell someone they're not a good candidate for it. Like it's okay.
Make sure they're licensed.
We need to be practicing being honest with people. Like you're not a good candidate for this.
But I don't think that
I feel like everyone's like, oh, you're a candidate.
But I think that's kind of the nice part about plastic surgery. I think everyone is actually a candidate for something. Like you may not be a candidate for as like large of what you want, like breasts. Like you may not have the tissue to be able to do a double D, you know, but you are a candidate to be able to enlarge it some way in some form. So I think that's kind of the nice part about plastics. It gives people a different look. But
do you think that's the nice part or like the downside of it? Because a lot of the times people go in trying to fix something and it's like, what you need to fix is the insecurity. It's because what you're trying to get out of this, you're not going to get. Because you may be going in there to be like, oh, I want to fix my nose, but in actuality, it's like there's nothing wrong with your nose. And I feel like as a like provider, physician, it is your job to sit there and consult with them and be like, is this something that you actually need, you know, or is it something that you're trying to like maybe?
But I think that when people do one, it's like
it's always another one.
Yeah, but I think that's also the difference between like there's a difference between like medical plastics and just plastics. Like people can go to a person that focuses on like people that have had mastectomies that are able to, you know, do breast implants, people that have had traumatic injuries to their face where they're able to do a rhinoplasty, different things like that. There's definitely going to be a difference, but for the most part, plastics it's a want, it's a superficial thing. It's so that person's not in the industry to tell you what you need.
But I do think if you're a responsible physician, you should be, because there are people who do say, I went out of the country because I went to this doctor and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
and I think that's somebody who's very responsible.
Happens a lot on bodies.
Yeah, and I remember I used to work with this physician, and he used to see a lot of people who he would go to and be like, I know what you want. I'm not going to give this to you because I don't feel like you need it. I don't feel like you're going to benefit from it. And I think that's about being a responsible provider. Because at the end of the day, when you go into a surgery, your life is at risk. You're going under anesthetic. There are so many things that happen after the surgery that you're going to have to live with that a doctor may not even be in your life at that point.
And I think that also goes hand in hand with the doctor. Because the thing is, technically, the doctor is not going to want to put out bad work. So if the doctor already knows that it's not going to look good on you, that's whenever they're going to tell you like, hey, this is probably not something that you need. As long as, I feel like whenever it's something that's kind of realistic, if it's within realistic grasp, the doctor's not going to tell you no. Now, whenever it's things like Claremont twins,
who they go to,
have had multiple surgeries, now doctors might not want to touch them just because they have been under so many different procedures. So I do think that there's a fine line. Like, I think doctors are going to tell you like, hey, like this might not be the best for your health, or like, hey, this might not look good on you. But I think that also correlates with they don't want their work to look bad, because at the end of the day, you are your walking billboard. So whenever someone asks you where you went and it looks bad and it comes back to them, that's their business. So
yeah.
All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Of course, make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on all of our videos on YouTube. This one will be, of course, on YouTube. Watch us in 4K. It's more fun. If you have any questions, any petty chronicles that you want us to talk about, you can email us, DM us. We'll see it either way. It is your girl, Just Nick, checking out. Bye.
It's your girl, Amacolette, signing out. And follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Amacolette. Holla.
Bye, y'all. It's your girl, Champagne Chris, checking out. See you next time.
Bye, guys. It's your girl, Jori Alia.
Bye, y'all. It's your girl, Shell. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Give me a P. Give me a E.